2. It is rare to find the truth about professional sports on television. Black small square, neither the sterile PR-approved press releases nor the meticulously crafted words of a head coach attempting to keep their job contain it. No, the shadows conceal the true reality, the unvarnished, unadulterated reality of a locker room. Whispered chats on the team plane's back are where it resides. It exists in the quiet looks that players exchange after a play call is received from the sidelines. Every now and then, when the strain becomes unbearable, that reality explodes, enters the public view, and compels everyone to face the grim reality of a broken franchise. The boiling point for Indiana Fever has officially been reached. The unquestionably oppressive tension between head coach Stephanie White and generational sensation Caitlin Clark has been the focus of the basketball world for weeks. The glares from the sidelines have been witnessed. The strange momentum-killing replacement patterns have been examined. We have witnessed a coach make a valiant attempt to push a groundbreaking talent within an antiquated, inflexible framework. However, the players have not said anything until now. In a desperate attempt to avoid the collateral damage of a conflict between their head coach and point guard, they have kept their heads down. Silence, however, has an expiration date.
Losing their mind. You were there. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just there's frustration. I think we noticed they were trying to pick on Caitlin a little bit on defensive end. She was getting called for some fouls that, fouls aren't fun. She got in some foul trouble. Our team got into some foul trouble, and that's just all it was. I think that's part of the game. There's frustrations that rise and decisions have to be made. And ultimately, this wasn't something that carried on. This is in the moment, something that happened and not something that is talked about now in our locker room, talked about even later on in the game. That's just something that happened. And unfortunately, Caitlin's got a camera on her 24/7. And so you see every little thing, but this happens almost every day in women's basketball. So not something that we're worried about at all.
Let's introduce Lexie Hull. Lexie Hull appears to be a high-energy role player to the untrained eye. The defensive stopper is her. When a player dives on the ground, they suffer physical harm and bleed for their jersey. However, Lexie Hull is something far more significant inside the Indiana Fever locker room's four walls. She is the gauge of emotions. She is among Caitlin Clark's most devoted supporters and closest confidants. After Clark and White's most recent viral sideline exchange, Lexie Hull decided she had had enough as the media vultures started flocking. She took the stage, corrected the record, and unleashed a revelation that utterly destroyed the organization's meticulously crafted delusions. Black small square, we must return to the crime site in order to comprehend the scope of Hull's revelation. It wasn't a random exchange that went viral. It was the result of a coaching philosophy that essentially rejects giving its finest player more authority. Imagine the scene. There is a rhythm to the Fever. The offense is playing well, pushing the pace, threading impossible passes, and frightening the opposition defense. Caitlin Clark is in her element. It's an electrifying audience. Indiana has all the momentum, and then, for no apparent reason, the horn sounds and the whistle blows.
Honestly, it's just continuing to show up and do what you do regardless. There's going to be a microscope. There was a microscope the moment she declared for the draft. There's a microscope on her in college too. But I think for us, it's continuing to just show up and do our job every single day. And we're not hiding anything. So there's nothing that we need to be worried about having a camera on us. It's just that extra attention. And that's something that, as the WNBA, something that we've asked for years and years and years, is more attention, more media attention. And now that we're here, that's part of it. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And I think more than anything, we're just excited to continue to highlight all those good moments that we have as a team, as individuals, and continue to grow the sport more and more.
The plug is pulled by Stephanie White. Black small square White thinks it's time for her prearranged tight substitute rotation less than 4 minutes into the game because the Fever is taking over. Black small square, she pulls Caitlin Clark off the ground. She pulls Lexie Hull off the ground. She completely halts the hurricane. There was more to the viral event than just a physical altercation. Black small square Caitlin Clark's expression was one of utter, soul-crushing disbelief. It was the obvious annoyance of having a maestro's baton taken away during a symphony. The internet erupted when the Fever crumbled, blowing the lead and being completely dominated for the remainder of the game. The critics blamed Clark's nonverbal cues. They referred to her as uncoachable. They referred to her as a diva. The establishment wanted you to believe that story. However, Lexie Hull just completely destroyed that story. Hull didn't provide the typical business responses when questioned about the relationship and the stress that is choking the team. "We're not all in agreement," she didn't mention. She revealed the startling reality. She revealed the fact that players on the field experience the same emotions as spectators. The handcuffs are palpable.
Now, look at Stephanie White yelling at Caitlin, all in her grill. Caitlin drinking her Gatorade. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm a Gatorade sponsor. I got my own damn flavor Gatorade. See, that's what Caitlin Clark like. You can shut the hell up. I'm drinking my own Gatorade flavor. Look, Caitlin is clearly ignored. So I think at this moment,
Hull made it glaringly obvious. The issue is not Caitlin Clark. The result of an elite athlete being forced to drive a Ferrari in a school zone is the passion, the fire, and the obvious displeasure. Hull underlined that Clark's enthusiasm is what drives the team. The entire squad improves when Caitlin is given the freedom to be herself. The chaotic gravity that Clark produces directly favors Hull. Black small square, their superstars' freedom, is the source of their defensive energy, transition threes, and sheer enjoyment of the game. What happens then, if that independence is continuously micromanaged? Black small square, what happens when a coach puts her spreadsheet and ego ahead of a basketball prodigy's natural flow? Black small square, the startling reality that Lexie Hull hinted to is that the locker room is aware of the bus's driver, and it's not Stephanie White. The athletes are aware that when Caitlin Clark goes, so does the Indiana Fever. Black small square, when the coach pulls her out during a huge run, it demoralizes the entire team, in addition to frustrating Clark. It conveys the idea that the system is more significant than achievement. It informs the gamers that they are ultimately captives to a preset rotation, regardless of how well they do.
Now, let's take a second and look at this. 8-2.
now to start the game, if you watch the Portland game, the start of the game was 8-2. Looked like the Fever was about to win. Easy buckets, easy winning. That's what this game looked like, right? I mean, from tip-off.
By acknowledging her dissatisfaction, Lexie Hull stood up for her teammate. Black small square, she verified our collective suspicions. Black small square, there is no disrespect behind the viral conversations. Black small square, they are the result of an intense desire to succeed. Black small square Clark understands how to break the spirit of an opponent. She is aware that you do not allow a team to breathe when they are on the ropes. You do not sub out your greatest players. Black small square, you keep them under strain and don't let them get better. Black small square Stephanie White has a completely different viewpoint. Black small square, it's secure. It is foreseeable. In a league where complete brutal aggression is required, it is a surefire recipe for mediocrity. Black small square Lexie Hull took a significant career risk by speaking up. It is expected of role actors to keep silent. They are expected to follow the coach's advice and stay out of trouble. However, Hull's commitment to Caitlin Clark and the truth triumphed over her need to protect herself. Black small square, in essence, she drew a line in the sand. Black small square, she made it clear to the media, the front office, and the WNBA as a whole that the players in that locker room are not blind. Black small square, they observe the poor management. Black small square, they sense the failure of the system. Black small square, they are also fed up with their superstar being held responsible for the complete ineptitude of a coaching staff. For the Indiana Fever team, this is a risky and unique time. Black small square, you've officially lost the locker room when the role players begin to validate the superstar's dissatisfaction. Now, Stephanie White is stuck on an island that she created. She can no longer use the justification of controlling minutes or safeguarding the players. Black small square, the players have expressed themselves. They wish to flee. They desire to be freed. They want the generational brilliance that was promised to them to truly be able to set the terms of engagement. Right now, the front desk is watching a car accident in slow motion. They selected a player who revolutionized the world of women's basketball. They gave her to a coach who essentially won't change her antiquated beliefs. Black small square now, the conflict has ignited a fire that could ruin the entire season. Black small square, it wasn't simply a viral exchange that Lexie Hull revealed the truth about. She presented the Indiana Fever organization with a mirror. She revealed the harsh truth of a team caught between their stars' boundless potential and their coach's oppressive constraints. Black small square time is running out. There is no longer any patience. Every night, Caitlin Clark is engaged in combat, and Lexie Hull has demonstrated that she is prepared to fight with her. The only issue that remains is whether those who are writing the checks will have the courage to eventually remove the barrier in their path, or if they will just watch a dynasty come to an end before it really starts.
Stay locked with my channel, Simply Explained, for further WNBA updates.